So, um, I have no idea how much longer this level is going to be. I would guess that I'm maybe halfway through it. I, I just narrowly escaped death. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be a continuation or the start of another episode, so I'm trying to watch what I say, but right. I think sometimes is this good? That's probably good enough. I'm gonna start actively upgrading the SMG and oh, should I have gotten a shotgun? Oh well, it's like I told myself that I was going to do that at the third checkpoint, which I think is about what this is, like the second or third one. But that's fine, that
SMG.
doesn't matter. Oh, uh okay. Oh, and of course you're going to make it hard. Like you're not going to show up until I actually come through. So take care of the fast ones. If I rush, I can do this, and then I can rush again. Oh, but you're there. I didn't know that you were there, but you're just the fat ones. You should be okay. You should be okay. No, I had to move, but I had to, um, select things. How do you select things, and also move? Because my hand can't exactly work like that.
Flare.
Okay, do I need a flare, or can I just go through this? Um, I think if I swing where my if I swing where my aim is. All right. I did a little better that time. Nope. Ah, right. If they don't fall, don't rush for them. How many times do I have to keep relearning from the same mistake? I don't want to have to use a flare. Like, I should just be able to do this, but, alright, the next time I will use the SMG, because this is ridiculous.
SMG.
Already using the SMG. There are 12 levels, and having to resort to the SMG already. Oh, oh no. Oh, please. Alright. No! Why are you running faster than I can put you down? This. How do I. I turned my phone screen. No, I turned you off. Stop turning back on. I know. Alright, you know what? I'll flip you over. Stop falling off the bed every time I move.
Flare.
Right. Okay. It's what's gonna have to be done. And they last so shortly. Okay. Right. So, and like where exactly are they popping out from that um right. No. No.
Grenade.
It's going to have to be done again. But then what is up ahead? Right. No. 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 Okay, is the skeleton still up? Are they pretending to be dead? What else is still alive? I have no idea. Okay, so is this it? Can I... Or are things gonna pop up from my left again when I least expect it? Because that's always fun. Right, right. Um... Oh, yeah, some good news in the world.
Small health bar.
Well, I don't know about good. It really depends on what they're planning to do for the story, but I heard that they were going to start filming the next Spider-Man in September, October. So, it's finally underway. And like I heard that they were planning another trilogy, which would be cool now that we get to see Spider-Man past his
Small
high
health bar.
school stuff. Like maybe it can be what it's supposed to be now because they kept rebooting him and having him go through the same stuff the whole time. It's like the whole point, the whole reason, well, not the whole reason, but like one of the big points of why Spider-Man is cool is because he's the superhero that you can grow up with, like as he does, you do too. Um, it it's like a coming of age story, which is always kind of inspiring in its own way. But like the point is, eventually he does have to grow up, and if you never allow him to do so, then like what are you? No, no, no. Right, 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 right. Quit it! Like, I I thought that they would have popped beforehand. Ah, okay. But yeah, like, and I've heard that they were gonna have his actual identity take a back seat, and he's just gonna be Spider-Man for a little bit, which might actually be cool, like getting into the real like thickness of the hero stuff. Like, I'm glad, and I think this is about the point where I'm going to stop looking it up now that I know that it is a guaranteed thing, so that I don't look at all the leaks and the trailers and everything, because that's the reason that I couldn't enjoy No Way Home, because it had everything that I wanted, but I already knew about it beforehand, so I ruined the movie for myself. So yeah, I'm taking a different approach to it. Other things. I have been telling myself for years that I was going to watch Dragon Ball Super, and I kept putting it off, kept putting it off. Um, Now I'm going back through the whole series, and like what influenced that decision was the creator's death, Akira Toriyama, and like that's pretty young for a death. Like, yeah, 68 is still old, but and I don't know what it was, like if he like died of natural
Flare.
causes or whatever, like old age just like got to him, but like 68 is pretty young to die that way. Like our max human lifespan, well, not like the max, like the outliers are in the hundreds, but you could probably expect, if you live a normal life, at least halfway decent, maybe get into your 80s. Like, he still had a good bit on him, and I feel kind of bad because like Dragon Ball has influenced so much stuff. Like even the people that didn't like Dragon Ball, that didn't watch Dragon Ball, like everybody knows, or even past that, like not even watching anime, like everybody knows about the Super Saiyan stuff. Um, it was a cultural icon that just, spread everywhere. Um, it's probably one of the biggest things in the entertainment history. The entertainment industry. I can't. It's my hubris. I think that's the word, right? Like I expected it to go down after one, and like it just surprised me when it didn't. But yeah, I'm going back through the whole thing. I'm going through the original. I'm gonna watch the movies this time around too. And I think the last time that I'd watched anything Dragon Ball, I was maybe halfway through GT. And I don't want to hear it, right? Like, it's not canon, it's not canon. Like, the it's not canon people, I think, are worse than vegans in a sense with like you'll always slip into conversation that you're vegan even though like nobody asked and it doesn't matter and it doesn't really pertain to anything at all. You just want to slip that into everything to make people that aren't vegan feel bad. Um, and it's kind of like an ego trip for you to like to make yourself feel better about your decisions. It's like a two-in-one thing. You're making yourself feel better and you're making other people feel bad. But like it's not canon, right? Like how does that matter? How does that really pertain in any real sense to any conversation whatsoever? Like, you know, they made the thing exist, but because it doesn't fit into the current continuity, you just act like it's supposed to not exist at all. But it does, and if I want to have a conversation like a normal flesh and blood human being conversation and not have to be all like cubicle grid work within the line, just rigid, robotic, like, you know, everything by the rules and stuff, like within the grid of what you want everything to be, like, can I just have like a normal conversation and be excited about, because I liked GT, all right? Like I liked GT and I liked the Super Saiyan 4 stuff. Like that was back when Saiyan transformations were really cool, you know. Um and every new one was like a a breath of fresh air, you know, like it was cool, it was awesome, like seeing things get to those greater heights. I mean, it kind of feels trivial now because I don't even know what's in Super. There's Super Saiyan God, which is like the red hair one. There's Blue, and like, why did they start repeating things? Like, I've heard people refer it like SSGSS. Like, what is that supposed to be? Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan? Like, why? That's so redundant and unnecessary. But like, you know, it was cool once upon a time. Um, but like anything that anybody cares about now is like it's not in the manga, so I'm just gonna disrespect to the anime and not watch these filler episodes. They're automatically trash because they weren't in the book, and it's like, can't people just enjoy things? Oh, there's one. All right. There's gotta be, like, I notice sometimes when I kill the zombies that you get a health pack randomly. I know you can get them from the skeletons, or at least there's like a... Nope. No! I tried to rush again. Alright, cool. But, right. And other than that, like, I took a break from the Red Rising series because like, oh man, that book series, I'm only in the second book and it's so good, but like I have to take regular breaks because you know, there's so many plot twists. Like, you think that things are gonna work out the way that they're supposed to work out, the way that you want them to, and then they don't. Oh, but then they do, but then they don't. And like, people die, and it's always sad when people die, and it happens like so much. Like, you know, they're overtaking the government of Mars, and even past that, like the government of the whole solar system. It's a big task, but like, you know, it's a whole big war thing. So of course all these people are gonna die, but like you hear about like hundreds of them, and it's like, oh, I need to put the book down for a week because I'm actually getting very depressed. But that's good though, right? Like when you read something, when you enjoy something, it's supposed to evoke emotion. Because I'm actually like having fun recording, I'm gonna pause this and I feel like it's gonna crash again. Hold on. I feel like I've been doing that pretty well recently with timing crashes. Like every single time that I stop the video, it's at 15 minutes. I can't believe this though. Like I am trying so hard to survive and trying so hard to like look out for vending machines and health packs. I almost said ice packs, like, and there's that little bit right up next to the building, like that wall where zombies could be hiding, so I'm trying to keep away from that wall. But like even the one that you can see, like they'll stand up against the wall and they'll blend into the wall, and even in the light you're probably not going to see them until it's too late, and it's just so it grips at you. See? Like that kind of stuff. And no! Right. There we go. Get that power shot off. A health pack. Alright, so... Oh no. I made the mistake of being joyous about something. Alright, what's gonna pop out of me now? I see you over there. I see that one. Ah, and I'm not looking forward to the later levels at all. Like, you know, they'll jump from rooftops, they'll jump from manhole covers, they will jump from... Ah, okay. I feel like if I get too far in this, like, I'll be swarmed in by a horde from the right, and, like, not going to be able to rush through it in time because it's going to be so large. It's going to be like 50 zombies wide or long or whatever, however you want to call it. Right. Just trying to play it safe because I need to. Like, that's a necessity. All right. Get this. No! Oh! Why can't I remember? It's like I forget at the worst possible times. If I die after all the work that I put into this, like you've seen all this time, all this stuff that I've done, you terrible, terrible beast, you. All right. What? Help! No, 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 no. Right. Okay, so that's the strategy if I can remember it. Shoot them a couple times to kind of have them be like, whoa, what's going on? You're shooting me. I didn't expect that and stuff. Gus was too busy sexting with their partner to notice what was happening right in front of them. Yeah. And while reading that, there's a possibility that I could die. So, like, screw you, game, because, like, if zombies pop out while that's on screen, and there's nothing really to get it to go away, you kind of just have to wait for it to go away. So, okay, so with the skeletons, shoot twice to get them to be like, hey, and then do a power shot. And then there's the fat zombies. Oh, oh, oh. Why? Why now? I just got health. And people will know that, like, since I've been doing this, my aim has gotten better with some games, but it's still going to be the case. Alright. Like, definitely in a panic, am I going to aim right? There's a checkpoint right there. Is that, okay. Is something gonna pop out at me in the fog? I am so close to the checkpoint. Okay. Alright. And just in case it crashes... Alright. Everything rides on this moment. Right here, right now, it's time. Okay, so I'm safe right now. I've got some health. That's probably good. If I get the shotgun, that might help a little. And the laser sight. That's always important so that I can see where I'm shooting, but it costs so much. It's like I have the flashlight, and that's okay. Well, okay. The shotgun doesn't really need to be like a specific, okay, I'm aiming here, I'm aiming there. I think it's like a spread shotgun, maybe. So I might be able to get away with right, and then getting all of these to 5-star. Rate of fire is probably the best. Shotguns usually hit pretty hard right away, so I'm not going to care about the power. The clip and the inventory is where the max bit of the concern is going to be. And then stock up on that ammo. All right. Okay. Decisions were made. We'll see if those were the right ones. Right, and so they were doing Dragon Ball GT and everybody hated that for some weird reason. Like, I thought the, nope. Huh. So, I meleeed them and then I rushed and that kind of worked okay. Die, die, please die. Okay, I'm gonna take this opportunity to rush through here. The negative Dragon Balls are like, yeah, that's basically what they were, because, like, they got cracked, and then they had to, like, there was so much power in them that them being cracked was really kind of a bad thing. Like, they were gonna destroy the world, like, they were gonna explode and destroy the world or whatever if the people didn't find them, and they had to find them within, I think it was a year, or else bad things were going to happen. And the time limit, putting the danger on everything, made it kind of interesting, and it made Goku a kid again, and that was weird, but okay. And he, like, went to Super Saiyan 4 and he was an adult there, but when he went back to normal human form after that, he went back to being a kid. So yeah, that was kind of weird, but like, if and then they're doing Dragon Ball Daima, no, which is repeating that, but with everybody. Everybody's a kid now. So if people didn't like GT because of the stupid stuff then, and that happened in GT, then, like, why are they doing it again? I don't know. Right. What else can I talk about? I think after I'm done with the second book of Red Rising, which is called Golden Sun, S-O-N, like son and daughter, like your kid. Ah, no. No, no, why am I? There's a car, there's a street lamp. Okay, just trying to name things, so I'm, like, paying attention to my environment and whatever's going on. But yeah, like after all the betrayals and the deaths and everything, like I need to take a break from that. My friend has been trying to get me into Dune, especially since Dune Part 2. And like, so what exactly was the difference between Batman vs Superman and the Dune movies, where like, because most of the hate, or at least from what I heard of BBS, was that it had an hour-long intro to get to the meat of the movie, like where everything was supposed to get good, where everything was supposed to be. And it's like, yeah, you know, like you don't normally start in the thick of the action, like you've got to build to it and have like the reasons why and everything. Like I thought it made sense. Um, but like people like the Dune movies,
More health.
and they split the first book into two different movies, which I will never get why they do that. What was the first one that I saw that's I think it was either Deathly Hallows. Yeah, it must have been Deathly Hallows, and then they did it again with the last Hunger Games book. And it's like, is there really enough content to do that? It seems that every single time that they do that, it seems too stretched out and no longer good, but they continue to do it to like stretch the money out a little more. Like, can you imagine the first 10 pages of a book, let's say, like a page will be like um about like 300-400 pages, so you have like, if you're doing things from each 10 pages of the book and stretching it out, it's like 30 different sections. Say that you have like 30 different movies in one book. Like, is it eventually gonna be that now where like people are I mean, people are already like so desperate for money. I was having that kind of conversation today where there was a post on Facebook that I saw, and it was the the meme where people on two sides of a bus, and one is looking at the cliff and they're depressed, and the other is looking at like the outside of it and they're happy, like the sunshiny part of it, and they're happy about it. And both of them said
More health back.
AI creates mass unemployment. What are your thoughts? And I've always had a pro AI stance. I was going on, I don't remember what all I've said. Um I'm too afraid to pause the game, so I'm just gonna no, 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 no. Right, I'm gonna look up every once in a while and see what's going on. Um, yeah, it's what I've always wanted. Having to work to be able to enjoy like 1/7 of your life, if you're lucky, is a sad existence. It's one that I actively avoid. You work 6/7 of the week, or sometimes 10 days in a row, wasting your life away, earning money for what? What time to enjoy things? When? Just keeping yourself alive, just to keep the cogs of the machine turning, to work to live, to continue to work, bleeding yourself dry and leaving yourself in the dust. Before you know it, your whole life is gone, unlived. Plus the money situation, things keep getting more expensive, which just makes the group of who classifies as poor bigger and bigger, because even though you're working every single waking second, some people taking 2 or 3 jobs, somehow managing it all. You can barely afford to eat and have a house of your own, or medical emergency money stashed away. One of those things, maybe one and a half if you're lucky, but not all. No money really for entertainment, but that just loops back around to not having the time for it. And poor people are starving to death all the time or getting evicted because they can't afford to be anywhere, and the people up top refuse to change the way that money works, even though they're the ones that created it. They could change it if they want, but no, like inflation, there is no reason for inflation. It's just because people are greedy. Greedy over what, by the way? Slices of paper, infused cotton, numbers in the bank account, trivial things that we've told ourselves matter that don't matter. Why do we need money? Why do people have to be poor? The way that it works doesn't work. Things can't stay the same price forever. The prices are going to go up, but the jump in what you earn is so little and few and far between because we like your suffering. You beg them to change the way that it works so that it actually works, but they say it's not the way it works, even though they're the ones specifically in charge of it. If they can make it, they can unmake it, but they refuse to, so you're working for the resources to live. Resources that slip further and further away. It's a corrosive cycle. I didn't mean to just, like, go through it, by the way, but, like, now that I'm talking about it, I'm just gonna talk about it. I know you're, like, just watching me go in a circle, but it's whatever, I guess. Because I was talking about, what was it? Yeah, desperation for money and all that. Uh, if robots do everything and the learning processes and the AI get good enough, they can do things well, even the things they shouldn't know how to do, like cook, because they can't taste. How would they know what's good? I mean, they can do the calculations and precise measurements, but a lot of recipes, for example, will call for a certain amount of salt, and because it says it's good, right? No, you're basically sucking on a salt rock and dehydrating yourself to death, but how would they know if they can't taste? All I can see is us needing to learn all I can see us needing to learn is how to fix them, maybe improve them until they can improve themselves based on stuff they know they would need, like mechanics, robotics, electrical stuff, computational things, programming, etc., as the basic learning material everyone's required to have in a robot world. Anything else we learn would be out of curiosity, not necessity, and you respect them as you're supposed to respect a person. I don't see why there would be a problem. I think it's small minded to say that robots can't have feelings because they're a mesh of programming, wires, etc., because they were created. We're just electrical impulses inside me. We're programmed to think what the majority think and or what our leaders do. Your parents created you. Just don't treat them like servants. We've had so many wars already in the world against that very thing. People say AI will rise up, the machines will rise up, and it's like preparing to treat them like slaves. Are you? Like they're a lesser being, like they're worth no more than your lamp or your carpet? People who say that, I think, are announcing their own red flags. Just treat them with respect. If they want vacations or books, they want to play games in their downtime or enjoy a walk, let them. What is it to you? And they'll be happy to do their jobs and keep the world going. Eliminate the money system and just let things be a hobby to enjoy or doing things for others for the good of it. I feel like a lot of hating AI is because we're so crushed under the weight of capitalism we can barely breathe, and anything that upsets that and takes money away means life or death. Restructure the system and make things good for everyone. AI and robots are the way, a better life, a freer life. I can't even enjoy games anymore because any game I think of recording it for YouTube. I think of its content potential. The world is so desperate for money, any hobby, any dream dies. If there's even a centillionth of a chance you can make money off it, you get sucked in the chase of it until all enjoyment is stretched out beyond recognition. Robots would lighten the load and allow me to enjoy things again. If robots did everything, maybe happiness could return to any part of anything, a healing, making life feel like life again instead of having to focus on the hustle, right? People took Terminator and Matrix as Bibles to this, like an omen of what will go wrong with our dependence on machines. It has to be treated delicately, sure, but it can be done. Things can be better if we let AI build, if we let it happen. Plus, at this point, we just keep recycling the same what ifs, but internet came out and was a lawless wasteland at the start. It was monitored, new laws were made. We can do the same thing with AI, monitor and regulate it, but if we don't try, we won't know, and not doing things, having things be dictated by fear, it halts progress. I know people are probably going to talk about AI art too with these kinds of topics, and honestly, I don't get any of that at all. People look at artists they admire, learn certain art styles, get it down to a point they understand it, maybe change it a little, make it their own. There are so many people out there and so much history that we have lived that at this point it's incredibly rare to be unique and not just copying one thing or another in some way, and that's fine. New books, movies, comics, music, etc. comes out that rehashes what's already come, and no one claims plagiarism on that because we all kind of understand this concept at this point, that's fine. But if it's AI, it's not fine. It streamlines the process, it makes things faster, makes them easier. Why would you want things to be harder? You suffered having to learn things, so others do too. Otherwise, it doesn't mean anything. Generational trauma speaking for you now, is it? It is a tool to be used. You're against tools for some weird reason. They're somehow unethical for doing things that people already do just because it came from a robot, a program. That's bodist. I'm sorry that that was like a lot. It's just that I don't normally think about things, and I spent an hour actually using my brain today. Yeah. I'm pro AI, and I definitely think that it can be used in a lot of good ways. It just, oh, wow. I'm so glad that I was able to talk and do all of that and not get hurt. If you have thoughts on what I have said and would like to debate it, yeah, there's definitely a comment section, and I leave it open. Um, have at it, you know? Hopefully, oh yeah, hopefully I can survive. I kind of took a little break talking about something, just spinning in circles. And now that I'm no longer used to the massive waves of zombies anymore, I feel like I'm going to get got in this next little bit. I don't feel safe at all. I feel very threatened. Right. And that is one of those things that I have to force myself to think about. Like I don't like thinking in games. I'm walking backwards to make sure that what's coming out in front of me I can defend myself against relatively easily. But then, what if things pop out behind me or to the left or right of me? Like, I have to keep constantly looking at my character to, no, don't just rush at me, right? And they can just, like, rush at you. Ah, that's so not fair. Okay, right. Are there any secret armor boxes or anything? I do need to look for that. I was using a guide when I was going through this before not recording, but I don't want to have to actually do that and get the good stuff and then record, so I'm just gonna hope that I can find everything on my own if I explore, and if I explore that it's not gonna be the death of me. Right. Okay, I went a little too far for comfort, and now, yep, there's stuff coming in from other sides. Okay, so that was pretty good being able to go in between those cars. Right, you're shuffling a little. It's kind of like, halfway between power walking and jogging. It's like they're not jogging, but they're definitely, oh, I know what that is. I know exactly what that pace is. When you're walking across the street and like you know that you can go because the light says that you can, but you still feel bad that the cars have to wait for you. So and we all do it. It's like we all instinctively have that. I'm so sorry that I'm in the street even though like I'm allowed to walk here. uh 'Cause like, though I guess I do make sense. Dang it. That does make sense to me, having had driven myself, and it's like the cars are supposed to dominate the street. You'd think there'd be like a better way, maybe, but like everything having to cost money and everything being so expensive, like say that there were pathways above roads, right? Like say that it wouldn't be a sidewalk, it would be an overwalk, and then cars could just have the street. That'd be kind of interesting,
Small
but
health
like, you
back.
know, and huh. I actually I should watch I just don't watch informational videos normally because like when I'm watching something I'm wanting to entertain myself and that's not it. But like I've always wondered how they do bridges because like you have to you have to have a road over nothing. So how because before you before you set up the road, like when you're pouring it in, it's all liquid. So, right, gate opens when it's safe. So I'm supposed to go to the left, so I'm gonna check what's right before I start all of that. But yeah, going back to the point that I was making before, like everybody's done that that awkward little rush. Oh, that's right, I forgot that I already went there with the Um, oh, oh, you were right in front of my face. I'm glad that you waited, that you were patient enough to wait. But, like, is this. Okay, so there's an armor box and there's 2 ammo boxes. What's gonna happen? I have a flare. Okay. Yep, and this is why it's good. Like, people are probably gonna be mad at me that I take my time on this, but it's so important with this game. So important. All right. But yeah, I want to see how a bridge is made because you're just like pouring things in over nothing. You're building a road over nothing, so it has nothing to sit on while it's waiting to solidify. Um, It's weird, right? Lag! I should have thought about that. No, 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 no. Oh. Okay. I threw that flare a little late. That's not ideal. It'll only last for like 2 seconds. Okay. Right. And here I was talking in one of the last videos about if after all the time that I had spent in this area, like I think that I spent time in this area and I still haven't gone through a checkpoint. Just trying to slowly clear out the zombies. Like if after all this time that I've spent, which I think is more than an hour, if I died and had to do it all over again, I think I would just tell my friend, hey, friend, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. Uh, okay. Right. That has got to be the end of the the level. Is something gonna jump out at me because like you can never think that you're safe. Never. Yeah, level completed. Okay, cool. Got a trophy called a trip downtown. I made my way downtown. I moved slow so that I could be safe. Do 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 do. All right. Yeah, the target time. I, you know, I just wanted a few seconds of that so that like because that kind of sounds like an alarm, like how many people it would awaken something in. Okay, right. I have to continue, so I have to stop the. How far am I on this video? Only 8 minutes? Oh no. But I don't want to start working on the next level. But I have to finish out a video and have a proper time. Um, well, I could just tack this onto the last one. Never mind. All right. You know what? That is what I'll do. Uh, like, comment, subscribe. I hope that you have enjoyed this. I will see you later.